Santa Clarita's hometown station, KHTS. This is the City of Hope show on your hometown station. Go to cityofhope.org, of course, and learn more information there. But we're with Doc. Is it all right if I just call you Dr. George? Is that okay?
Please, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, pull that mic nice and close to you. Just pull it nice. Yeah, there we go. Oh, closer to you.
No, you.
Yeah, closer to you. There we go. All right. But this is the City of Hope show. City of Hope does amazing things here in the Santa Clarita Valley with regards to, well, you know, just oncology especially, but cancer research and all the tough stuff that people have to deal with. You guys are here in the Santa Clarita Valley helping out with that. You can listen live at hometownstation.com if you are driving around, getting out of your car. So make sure you do that as well. But Dr. George, you are hematology and medical oncology, which is above my pay grade. And I don't have an ology at the end of my name, so you are an important person. But I wanted to talk a little bit about your background. We were talking during the break. You're from Syria. And you and I were speaking some Arabic together.
That's true.
I speak very little Arabic, but I just know yalla because I tell that to my kids all the time, which means hurry up. But what's your background? What, like you grew up in Syria?
Correct. So I did. I grew up in Syria. I did my medical school in Syria, and then came to the States in '92.
Not too long
December
ago.
24, 92. I still remember the day. And
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I did residency and a fellowship in Seton Hall University in the East Coast in New Jersey.
Okay.
And so that's 3 + 3, 6 years programs. And after that, I got involved. I got board certified, obviously, in internal medicine and hematology and medical oncology. And then did some pure research work for a couple of years in New Jersey, working with radioactive labeled antibodies, which basically is a naive way of treating cancer, which is still growing at this point, which basically the idea was to label some medication with radioactive isotopes, that this medication will deliver the radioactive isotopes to the tumor and kill the tumor cells. And
so what was it specifically? Because you could have gone, you do your medical school and you could have gone into anything. What was it about oncology and cancer research that stuck out to you?
Right. So during my residency, obviously internal medicine residency, you do rotation in oncology, and I liked dealing with patients with cancer. It's more type of, you become part of the family of these patients. You get to see their children, their grandchildren. They all are concerned, and you feel that you can do something for this family, although you sometimes cannot cure them physically, but you do a lot of support, prolonging their life, and also giving them a lot of support. So I liked oncology, and then when opportunity came, I did grab it, obviously, and it was with the same program that I was trained for internal medicine in Seton Hall in New Jersey, as I said. And
so did you think you were going to go into this right, even when you started medical school? You were like, this is what I want to do?
Not initially. So when you go to medical school, you are open. You just are learning everything. Like a kid who is going to pre-grad. He just know what the hell is happening. He's just keep taking these subjects, and eventually, hopefully, they will grab something that they feel that they are interested in and try to explore it more, and eventually decide whether this one or that one. So during medical school, I did not have. I know that I was going to do medicine. I felt that I'm not a surgeon. I can't do surgery. So that was easy decision for me in a way. But then during the internal medicine residency, when I felt that I want to be oncologist, and that's how I end up with 3 years fellowship in hematology and medical oncology.
Okay, and so hematology is explain it to me. I was going to guess, but I think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, hematology is the treating the blood disorders.
Okay, that's what I thought. That was what I was going to guess. All right. I'm not far off.
So heme is Latin word for blood, and so we basically, other than malignant hematology, which is the leukemias, the lymphomas, we deal with patients who have problem with the bleedings, patients who have problem with clotting, or the opposite, and people who have anemias, and a lot of what other benign conditions doesn't have to be blood diseases, but it doesn't have to be malignant blood diseases. So we do both, or we get trained for doing both. You can do only medical oncology, or you can do hematology and medical oncology.
Okay. So to backtrack a little bit, you're at Seton Hall, right?
Correct.
You decide this is what you're going to do. You're going to do medical oncology, and then what happened?
So during the hematology and medical oncology fellowship, you get to be rotating with a research program. You get exposure as a fellow to clinical trials, and it happened that this major clinical trial was active in our institution where I was getting trained, and I got first-hand involvement in writing the trial, and then eventually helping in writing the grant for the trial, which was a major grant. We call it PO1, which is one of the major grants that we can get from the NCI. And eventually, when I finished my fellowship, I was offered this job to join. We call it Garden State Cancer Center, which is a big institution in the East Coast that does mainly research. And I joined them for almost 2 years as we wrote grants. We had patients coming from everywhere in the nation.
So when you said it's a research position?
It is, yes.
So how often, if you're doing a research position, are you working with patients? Is that all your research?
It's not as much as when you do only clinical part, because you still have to write there's a lot of paperwork involved with a big researcher. So you need to write the protocols, you need to monitor that, you need to write for grants, obviously, so somebody can pay for all these people that are involved with the research, but you get also to see the patients who are coming there and evaluate firsthand whether they are appropriate candidate for particular study or not. Yes, you do see patients, not as much as you do when you do pure clinical practice, kind of.
Did that reach the research part of it? Did that? Were you attracted to that? Did you like?
I liked it actually. I liked it at that point. I liked it a lot. So a lot of you get patients who are very much desperate. You see some responses that nobody was expecting with this. But at the same time, there's a lot, as I said, it's a lot of paperwork, writing papers, and writing grants, fighting for grants, fighting for approval from the FDA. Obviously, they are not easy people to talk to. But anyway,
that may have been the understatement of the year.
That's right. So then, an opportunity came where it was an opportunity where there is more clinical, and also there's still some research on that practice in Duluth, Minnesota, and I did grab that. I wanted to do some more clinical work, which there was plenty of that over there. We continued also with research. They have also a big research program over there, so it was fulfilling both of my needs to see more patients at the same time keep looking for something in the research part.
I took a communications research class, and there was a lot of writing, and I am glad people like you in the world that are certainly that I was certainly willing to do that. This is, by the way, just to reset here, this is the City of Hope Hour on your hometown station KHTS. We're speaking with Dr. George. George, how do you say your last name?
Hajjar.
Hajjar. Okay, Dr. George Hajjar on your hometown station. We also have Terry Gore. She's been kind of quiet, but she wears many hats at the City of Hope. So But we're always happy to have you,
Thank you.
as well. So, Doc, you're doing research. You're doing all that stuff. You go over to Minnesota now, and so how long? What year was that? Were you doing in Minnesota?
So 2002 to 2006.
Okay, and then so when did you end up getting to the City of Hope?
Okay, so after that, I got married. So my wife said,
there it is.
"Cold weather or me?"
Forget it.
I said you. So I had to move
You
out
made
of
the good
Minnesota.
choice. You made the
Yeah.
right choice, especially if she's listening. You made the right choice.
That's right. So then I moved to California. I did 10 years in Central Valley.
Okay.
We lived in a city called Visalia.
Okay.
I don't know how many people knows about that, but it's a very beautiful city. It's on 99 going to Fresno. I helped patients, or I was the medical director in cancer center in a city called Porterville, which is a smaller city, but close by.
Yeah.
And I was very happy actually over there. It's a small community. I was mainly the only, or not the only, the main medical oncologist on that town of probably 60, 70,000 people with a catch from surrounding. We were very proud of the cancer center that we had over there. But we all along were looking for our kids, and they are growing up, and they eventually will need a bigger community in a way. So we used to come to Santa Clarita very much maybe at least once a month.
Oh,
it's
really?
140, 150 miles, not big deal. And we were thinking about maybe buying small condo here so we can stay here. Family is growing, and then all of a sudden I got this call that City of Hope is opening a new facility in Santa Clarita, and are you interested? So I said, let me go and take a look, and here we go. So we decided, obviously, City of Hope is a name, a big name, and in oncology, and we are probably the major oncology center in the West Coast. So I came for an interview, and Santa Clarita is no question. I mean, this is my dream city, as well as my wife. Again, we have to go for that. It
So
has
no
to be-
condo, it was a house.
That's right. It has to be your wife's dream too. Otherwise, it's going to be miserable.
Yeah.
So here we moved in late last year, and it's a great move.
Awesome stuff. We're speaking with Dr. Hajjar of City of Hope. You can go learn more by going to cityofhope.org. You can actually see his bio there, too, if you go to cityofhope.org. So you're here in the Santa Clarita Valley. You're doing stuff at City of Hope. What are some of the things that I don't know, maybe some advice you would give some people? Let's start with maybe some advice like preventative type care stuff. Obviously, there's some cancers that are not really preventable, which is terrible. But are there certain things that people can do, in your expert opinion, to make sure that they try to avoid this terrible disease?
So there's two things. There's preventive it on screening, which is so the usual risk factors for multiple malignancies. The media is very good. You guys do a great job in exposing that, the smoking, the healthy diet business, and pollution, exposure, the exercise issues. So that is obviously, I think it's public information, whether we do that or not. It's more personal, I believe, than anything else. But I believe that the media and obviously the medical centers do a good job, at least in exposing these risk factors, so people know that if they are doing something, then that is harmful. It's proven that it's harmful, like that smoking.
Don't smoke. Let's just don't smoke.
As simple as that. So this is on the risk factors, or lowering the risk factor, if you want. Now, for the screening, that also we still under screen. There are some screening tools that we have that is proven to save lives. like mammogram, like the colonoscopy. If there's family history of some type of malignancies, you'd better talk to your primary care physician, see if there is some test or some referrals that you need to do, so to see if you are more prone for this kind of malignancies than somebody else who doesn't have that family history. And we have that available locally. So screening modalities, they are available in the community. We have genetic counselor at Mission Hills, and she does come to Santa Clarita if needed. Does a great job. I mean, she's very well trained for this, whether for patients to see if they are at high risk of developing other kind of malignancies, or for family members, and that's always is alarm. We hear that a lot of time. Patients come, and then the daughter or the son or the grandchild come with, and whether you hear it from the patient or you hear it from their family member, sometimes they are shy on asking this question, and sometimes they are frank. And doctor, since grandma had this, do you think I'm at higher risk of developing this? Should I do something about it? Can I get it if I give her a bath or something? And you hear that all the time, and so there are some, unfortunately, genetic predisposition for some malignancies, and there are a lot of tests that we can do for that locally, or sending the test out, not the patient out, and then we have this capability now of having what we call genetic counselor to talk to these people locally and advise them what the literature says about their disease and what's their chance of developing special kind of malignancies.
Yeah. We're speaking with Dr. Hajjar over at City of Hope here in the Santa Clarita Valley, and there's a lot of wins, there's losses in cancer and stuff like that. How do you deal with things like that? Because like you said, this type of oncology and cancer research, and it's a different type of medicine. Like you said it yourself. You said earlier that you become part of the family. How do you think that helps you? Does it make you? Is it difficult? Just talk to me. Maybe expand a little bit on that.
So physician burnout, which is exactly the word that in the medical field we use in oncology, is high. It's in the highest of other specialties. As we discussed, so we become part of the family. Sometimes we treat these people for a year, 2, 3, maybe more, and unfortunately there will be a time that you feel that there's not much you can do for them, or so it becomes very emotional. It causes a lot of emotional upset for us. One of the things that I feel helpful in trying to cope with this is I promised myself that the moment I leave my office, I'm not going to be talking or thinking about what happened in the office. My time will be more devoted, if I'm not on call, to my family. And I don't want to mention that today I saw a young patient with this, or I try to keep that in the office and give it its its time when I'm there, but then when I am out of that, I try to forget about it. It's not easy. It's difficult. Takes a lot of work, but that's one of the ways that we cope with it. And in fact, these days, even compared to 1999 when I finished my training, we are doing way better in oncology. I mean, people are living longer. Our medications are giving less side effects. We are more successful in managing side effects. So that's all is rewarding for us. When I was in training, somebody comes with metastatic lung cancer. Average survival is 6 to 9 months, no matter what you do. That's what how much they are going to live. Metastatic colon cancer, it's 12 months now. We with the current treatments, we have patients with metastatic colon cancer for 3-4 years plus, and they are getting infusions sometimes every 2 or 3 weeks, and they go home with their life. So that's all rewarding. All these new medications are very rewarding for us. emotionally again, because we feel that you see these patients going back to work with metastatic disease, which is something that was kind of 10, 15, 20 years ago was unheard of. That's again gives you a reward for the patient that is diagnosed very late, and unfortunately you couldn't do much for him.
Yeah.
So it's this balance between what we can do and what we cannot do.
Yeah.
And obviously being involved also with research is rewarding. You see studies that you were involved with, and now this drug is all of a sudden approved and is available for everybody. That also is a very rewarding thing.
And not only that, I can imagine, I haven't done any cancer research, but I can only imagine that, you save this one person's life, that expands to a lot of families getting to keep their family members a little longer.
Right.
So
All these medications started with studies. We have to remember that. When I talk to patients about enrollment in clinical trial, they say, "Oh, is a guinea pig? I'm going to be a big guinea pig." There's multiple phases on studies, and at one point we know this drug is work. We just want to see if it's better than what's before. And remember, all these medications came to the market after they went through this research. So if we don't do research, we don't know if this stuff is going to work or not.
Yeah. All right, we got to take a quick break. This is the City of Hope Hour on your hometown station, KHTS. Santa Clarita's hometown station, KHTS. This is the City of Hope Hour. You can go to cityofhope.org/Santa Clarita if you want to get Santa Clarita specific. Actually, that's cityofhope.org/Santa-Clarita. If you want to check them out. But they're at the address for them. We failed to mention this, but it's 23823 Valencia Boulevard, Suite 250. And to break that down a little bit, that is Magic Mountain Parkway and Citrus Valencia Boulevard area in that shopping center right next to Bank of America and all that, right across from City Hall. So that's where City of Hope resides. And you guys are a great place if you do get this diagnosis. Oh, we're speaking with Dr. George Hajjar, by the way, and Terry Gore. She is the woman of many hats, as I like to call her. But they are joining us in studio, and want to make sure that if you do get the diagnosis, you guys at City of Hope welcome second opinions.
Absolutely.
If you've already gotten that diagnosis and strategy, because you guys, like you said, the last two doctors we've had on here are very much research. They do a lot of research. Mm-hmm. So head on over and see, and just keep your options open, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And But you live in the Santa Clarita Valley.
Yes.
How much of a difference do you think that makes? Because it's other community members coming to you for help.
Very, very, very helpful.
Yeah.
So being in the area, ready to jump to the hospital if there's one of my patients get admitted or get a call is very obviously helpful, and you feel that you are treating your family. My kids go to school here, and they love their school. Although it's after 10 years, some other schools, I thought that there would be a problem, but they love it. So you really feel that you are taking care of your family more than coming from the outside and leave after that.
Yeah. And the one thing I like about, you guys mentioned this during the break, and I wanted to mention it here, if you go to City of Hope, no matter what your situation is, they'll find help for you.
We'll do our best.
They'll do their best to find whatever help you guys need. You guys will take care of them. Mm-hmm. So make sure, again, go to cityofhope.org/Santa-Clarita. You can call and make an appointment. Give them a call at 799-1999. Again, they're located 23823 Valencia Boulevard, Suite 250. If you just go, again, right across from City Hall, that Citrus Valencia Boulevard area, right next to that giant Bank of America there. Go if you are in need. Head on over, and they'll take care of you. And anything else you guys want to make sure we mention? You guys, like I said, welcome second opinions. Go there first, though.
Absolutely.
You don't have. It doesn't have to be a second opinion.
No, it doesn't have to be a second opinion. But if you have a physician that you're currently seeing and you just need peace of mind, make sure that everything is on the right track, we can absolutely do what we have to do to make sure that you have that peace of mind, because that's going to help you get better.
Yeah.
And the whole point of this is that we just want to make Santa Clarita a well community, and we want to help everybody get to that point.
Absolutely. The City of Hope show on your hometown station, KHTS. Again, cityofhope.org/Santa-Clarita. Thanks again for coming out, guys. We appreciate it. I always love having you guys in here. You guys, as much as it is a sad subject to talk about, but it's always an uplifting show, this City of Hope show, because the City of Hope cares so much, and you can tell that you guys care so much. So
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming in again. Dr. Hajjar, thank you again.
Thank you for having us.
Save me some jabas. Right?
Of course.
That's Arabic.
Yes,
That's Arabic.
yes.
Yeah, there it is. All right, City of Hope
Watermelon,
show.
right?
Well, yeah, there it is. There you go. City of Hope. City of Hope show. Again, cityofhope.org/Santa-Clarita if you need it, and the best bunch of folks there. So head on over. Again, this has been the City of Hope show on your hometown station, KHTS.